Welcome back to Morning Break. With the warmer weather coming in, more people are heading outdoors, maybe to camp or to hike. And if you are bringing your dog with you, Custom Canine Service Dogs is here today with some really important safety reminders. This is Kendall and Chandler Brown, a husband and wife, a duo who work together, play together, live together, do all the things, including camping and hiking with your own dogs, right?
Mm-hmm. That's true. Yes.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about Custom Canine Service Dogs and who you guys are, Kendall.
Well, we're based out of Carson City, Nevada. You said it correctly. My husband and I do live, work, breathe, eat, sleep, and do everything together. We primarily specialize in mobility aid service dogs and psychiatric response. So we train dogs, service dogs for clients all over the states, but we dabble. So we have quite a few interests. We also run an obedience training in the Valley for local clients. And our latest thing that we're introducing is sit and sip seminars where people come without their dogs to our house and learn how to train before they actually have to implement the techniques with their dogs.
That's
so
wonderful.
It's pretty cool, yeah.
It is cool. And you've got all of these different resources, but right now we're going to talk about the hiking and the camping because, you know, there is nothing more scary than being out on the trail and your dog takes off because it smells something, it sees something, and all of a sudden you don't know how to get your dog back. And so, Chandler, I'd love to talk to you about some of the really important commands that you need to make sure your dog knows before you go out on the trails.
Yeah, so for us, we would say like the two most important are come or recall, and then also like leave it, right? So that gets my dog back to me and gets them out of stuff I don't want them in.
Okay.
Probably recall being one of the hardest things you'll ever train a dog that's just a basic pet, that's not a service dog task, because it's such a complicated command. It doesn't mean just one thing, right? When you really break it down, I have to teach the dog that come means stop what you're doing, find me, come towards me. Don't sniff anything along the way. Don't stop to see anything along the way. Come all the way here. Stay here until I tell you you're allowed and safe to go.
Don't run past me.
Don't run past me to something else.
Okay.
And all those things have to be demonstrated. So it's a very complicated thing to teach.
Is it one of the ones that takes longer for a dog to learn, or does it depend on the dog?
It always depends on the dog, but in general, it will take one of the longest things to learn because of all those pieces having to be demonstrated on their own.
Okay.
And then with that having to demonstrate, you must follow all of these rules no matter what is here. Whether there's a horse or something you really want to eat or another dog over here you want to go play with, you must follow these rules when I say come.
Yeah, but that is such an important one on the trail. And so whether you guys want to hire custom canines to help you training, or if you are really working to get your dog trained on your own, what is like a really good model to show them and get them to start learning that command?
I would say one of the first things to do is we simplify the whole thing for the dog's brain and make it come means touch my hand, because if my hand's 500 feet that way, you're going to have to come over here to do it. So to do that, if I use my wife as my dog here,
I'm always the dog.
what we'll often do is we'll hold a piece of food in our hand, either pinch it like this or pinch it between our fingers, and then I'll hold it in front of my dog's face, and as they come to take the food, I'll say come, and then I'll do it again. And what they're learning is come means that there's something here in my hand, come get it. And then we'll start to move it around their head. We'll move it to the side, move it to the side. Then I'll have them start to move their bodies. So I might put my hand down as they come towards it, I'll withdraw it and say come as they touch it. And so that's the first basics. And we'll, even with our dogs who are fully trained in come, every morning we'll take some of their dog food and do 10 reps of each of those drills.
Okay, I love that. And that's really great for hiking and camping. Are there any for camping specifically when you're in your set down area that you really think dogs need to learn?
I think a good place command.
Okay.
Oftentimes we'll teach our dog and take some object, a blanket or a foam like sleeping pad that you're already probably taking with you while you're camping. And teach our dog to stay on that no matter what happens. So that'd just be teaching a good, like when you're on this, don't leave, and the longer you stay on this, the more cool stuff you're gonna get.
Yeah, that's really important, especially because I think of like, you know, there are so many things that a dog is going to love out there in nature, especially maybe if they're, you know, more of an urban dog, they don't get to see these things very often, whether it's the animals or the other plants, they're sniffing around, smelling other dog pheromones, you know, whatever, that it can be nerve-wracking to take your dog out there because, you know, if the dog gets loose, you know, there might not be, it might not be as easy to find your dog in a rural setting like that. Anything else that I missed that you guys really want to emphasize?
I think practicing, like before you take your dog out, like we always say that obedience is built in the home first. So like Chandler was saying, bowl of food, come, come, come. Practice it outside on your, you know, in your front yard. Practice it in a enclosed space first, so that you don't say come and your dog goes like, eh. I'd rather eat horse poop, and off he goes, right?
Yeah.
So I'd say like practicing these skills, and then do a dry run, you know, like actually take your dog in your RV someplace close so that you can make sure they can go up the steps. You know, if you like to tent camp, like actually think about where will your dog sleep, or the area that you're going to, you know, with all these red algae blooms or
Toxic green.
toxic green algae, right? Like all these algae blooms, and there might be other dangers out there that you need to be aware of before you show up with your dog.
Absolutely. Well, I know you guys have amazing tips on your website, and of course you guys are always available for hire, so I'll make sure that Custom Canines is on our website, kolotv.com, so you guys can reach out to Kendall and Chandler anytime you need a little extra help. Thank you both so much for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And thank you guys for watching. We'll be right back.